Hi everyone, I'm Nisha of Align Pretzel Yoga. This is your manifestation big training. In this video, I'm going to uncover how I went from negative $600 in my bank account to having over $9,000 payday in less than 2 weeks from one source. So this was in my personal life, so I just want to reiterate that this is possible for anybody. You do not have to have a business. This was just pure, beautiful manifesting and releasing and loving myself. And if you implement these steps, things will shift for you, for sure. I just want to give you a little PSA. My aunt and my mom are also on this video, so I have to be a little bit good, but I'll still be a little bit bad. Okay. So I'm just going to go through the steps that I did kind of as an evolution, but the whole process when I really got down and nailed everything was under 2 weeks for sure. So the first thing I did was uncovering my money story. What does that mean? So we each have a money blueprint, whereas from your learned behaviors from childhood, you can kind of determine how you think about money and how things are going to go for you, right? If you grew up where you always lived on the poverty line, chances are until you realize that mindset piece and do that inner work that you will always, as an adult, be on the poverty line or close to it as well. So that's the concept of that. So there's a mindset piece and what are our learned behaviors or limiting beliefs from childhood. I had a scarcity block because I thought, well, can't afford things, there's never enough money, and kind of fear of if I let it go, will it come back to me? Okay, so how I did this was starting by journaling. So I have daily journal prompts that I do on what do I want this day to look like and how am I going to get there and what's my big vision, my big goals, and what am I grateful for. But specifically to figure out your kind of money blueprint and what's your money story, journal how you feel about money and just let it go, let that stream of consciousness writing just flow through you. How do you really feel about money? So I wrote a letter to money. And in this letter, I said money, I hate you. You make the world go round and I hate that. I wish you never existed. What was wrong with the trade and barter system? Did that not work? I want nothing to do with you, basically. So then when I read that back, I was like, holy crap, yeah, no wonder that I'm not abundance of money, because I'm I don't want you near me, go away, I don't like you. So I'm energetically pushing it away. Then once I wrote a letter how I felt about money, I wrote a letter releasing money. So releasing these kind of learned behaviors from my childhood, letting them go, writing the empowering view on how I felt about money, and just releasing all my fears into the universe and deciding right then and there I'm changing my mindset. And when you write this letter, it's really fun if you burn it after. Whenever I do a releasing letter, whether it's to a former partner or somebody who wronged you, I burn it because it's so cleansing to be yeah, I got all that out and I burned it. I'm watching it burn. I like that, but that's just me. The second thing I did was, so I talked about the daily journal prompt. So I'm setting a clear intention to the universe, and I did this every single day for a few weeks. Until I kind of got the idea of what I really wanted, being very specific to the universe. What do I want? And what's my thoughts of how to get there? So for example, last week I decided my intention was to fuck the money. And that week I got a $9,000 payday. That's a pretty good intention. So that's just an example. So then as a coach, and so this is very important for you entrepreneurs and service-based providers, coaches, I came from a place of selfless service. I stopped worrying about when am I going to get what I want? How come she has it and I haven't had it yet? Like, when is it my turn? Why isn't it working? Why? How am I going to do this? Spinning the hamster wheel. Your brain is going crazy. To screw the money, right? That's what I said last week. Fuck the intention of money. Forget it. And come from a place of selfless service. So, super important if you are a service-based provider to come from selfless service, to just give as much as you can, help the universe, help other people, put awesome vibes out there. And that's always been what I've been about. Like, I've always wanted to help people. And once you come from that, it is so amazing how many wonderful things come to you and how much momentum you start getting. If you're not an entrepreneur, here's your aspect. What is the higher good you're attaining? So the things that you want, what is your why first? And what higher good is this attaining? So for myself, if I wanted more clients, it was about, I want, to be able to serve, and I want to be able to help people and help find their voice and help them feel amazing. And then in turn, they help them serve, right? The whole concept of we're all one in this universe, we're all consciousness, and what affects one of us affects everyone, right? So, speaking to that a little bit, when you manifest money, don't be afraid to let it go. Put it back out into the universe, because it's for the greatest good for you to have abundance and be able to share it. Okay, next thing I did, which was the hardest thing for me. Okay, detaching from the outcome. Yes, I'm a yogi, and yes, I studied this in my Yoga Sutras, and this was still the hardest thing for me. I said it over and over and over again, and I still couldn't let it go of that black and white outcome. But eventually I did, because you just okay, I've always been taken care of. It'll be fine. It'll be good. And then let go of how you're gonna get it, and just trust. Get out of your own way. I was so focused on how am I gonna do this, and whirling in that hamster wheel, so hardcore. And when I just let go of it, it's amazing the momentum that showed up for me, okay, and the signs that showed up for me. So the next thing is having faith in the universe, or whomever your higher power is. Faith that things are going to work out okay for you. You've never not been taken care of, like I said, this time isn't going to be any different. So I have a method for this. This is how I release my fears into the universe. So I got up every morning and I meditated. I put on a mantra for myself. I put on Soham. That's just me. Some people like to meditate in silence. That's great too. I find music propels me. So what this exercise is take all the fears that you have, where it's your money or a job, am I gonna have somewhere to live? Am I gonna get my dream house? Whatever your fears are, take them out of you. Close your eyes in the morning, meditate, take them out of you one by one, and you're gonna put them in a container or some sort of basket or a box, whatever speaks to you. And this container, box, basket is ever expanding. You can never fill it up too much, just so we're clear. And then once you feel like you've gotten all your fears in there, you're going to squish it down to a frisbee size. And then you're going to throw it into the universe. Because guess what? Those thoughts don't serve you anymore. So you're going to let them go and let somebody else deal with them. Right? These thoughts don't serve you. You need to have faith in the universe. And if you don't have this, you're telling the universe, your higher power, I don't trust you to have these fears whirling around in your brain. Now, I did this, anything that came up for me, I did this every day. Sometimes I did this multiple times a day, but this was so cleansing and so calming, and you're not going to believe the anxiety that will go down if you just do this. It is quite incredible. So, meditate every morning, release your fears into the universe, let them go, they do not serve you. Next piece, mindset. Huge. What's your end game? What's your result that you're wanting? You need to allow yourself to become an energetic match for this. I'm sure you've heard this if you do any manifesting kind of work at all. So I was like, but how do you do this? But you need to act as if you already have it. So You know, you can be like, oh, am I really, if your brain is like, oh, am I really, is this going to happen to me? Am I really going to get it? You need to stop that in its tracks and be like, of course it's mine. Of course people want to work with me. Of course I'm going to get what I want. Of course I'm going to have my dream life, whatever it is you're looking for. So I want to reiterate, the universe has no concept of time. The concept is just like, what's the here and now? So if you act like you still have a scarcity block, for example, you're going to get more scarcity. But if you act like, okay, you know what, money's not a problem, I've always been taken care of, I'll figure it out, no biggie, and just go on living my life and serve from love, then the universe is going to attract this to you, right? Whatever X is that is for you, it's going to be delivered to you because you're like, yep, I got trust, I got this, this is mine already, it's already mine, it's already happening, this or something better is coming to me. And of course, always coming from the place of the highest good. So when I'm meditating in the morning, I'm asking the universe to keep guiding me and keep helping me serve from my highest good and the highest good of the people I interact with and the highest good of the world. Make sense? Again, I wrote down, you've never not been taken care of. I don't know how many times I've said this to myself. Okay. The next part is big. And so big and so epic that I'm changing all my trainings to have this in it. Like, it's just amazing. I learned this from Lindsay Dam. Thank you. So it's called Womb Connection and Cleansing, Connecting to the Divine Feminine. This is not talked about a lot, and I can't believe it because it's so powerful. This was the catalyst for all the true fast momentum change. Like, I can't even tell you how big this is. As soon as I started doing this, this is when things happened, and under 2 weeks I got my 9K payday. And then started signing dream clients. Yeah, pretty amazing. Okay, so I did this every morning before I got out of bed. It doesn't even take 5 minutes. Okay, like, it's so epic. So before I got out of bed, and first of all, before I say this, I was a nurse for a long time, and I was an operating room nurse, and I did a lot of C-sections. And to me, when someone says, close your eyes and picture your womb, I was like, oh. Because I saw like an anatomical, like, bloody womb that was like just cut in two. It's true, but that's what I saw. So I went from ooh womb to doing this every single day because I was like, what the hell do I have to lose? And this was a huge catalyst for change, like massive, massive. So if I can do it, so can you. So every day before I get out of bed, you just put your hands, on your low belly. Close your eyes as if you're meditating, and you're connecting to your divine feminine. So you're doing that mindful, dear breath, breathing, that deep belly yogic breathing, with your hands on your belly, closing your eyes, and you're finding mindfulness in this. This is so big. So you're looking at the characteristics of your womb. How does she look? Is she heavy? Is she light? What's her color? And then how does she feel? Now, you're probably listening to this thinking like, girl, you're crazy. But it works. It so works. Trust me. And you want more intuition? This is going to amp you up right away. So when I first did this, like I said, I saw a nasty picture and I was like fidgeting everywhere because I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. But when, my coach said, how does she feel? And I was like, nothing. Disconnected. Within a few days of doing this, I was like, yeah, okay, like, she's solemn, but she's getting there. And then I think within 1 week, when I did this, she said to me, we are one. Your feelings are my feelings. I was like, is this for real? And I asked for advice, and I was like, of course this is for real. It means we're connected. Oh my gosh, yes, I finally made that connection with my mind body. That's so amazing. Here's the more amazing part. All the menstrual cramps that you have, if you do this, they will go away. I'm still experiencing the odd one, and when I do it, it goes away. It is the most incredible, powerful thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. And I have literally been at work, like when I was a nurse, pushed out in a wheelchair because my cramps were so bad because I couldn't walk. Like bad cramps. And I almost had surgery to figure out why I was having these horrible cramps, like exploratory surgery, until I learned, this is your sacral chakra, your seat of emotions. And so the pain in the womb is untouched emotions that you haven't dealt with, and they're trying to purge themselves. And that's why you feel the cramping. Okay, what else I got for you? So yes. So then once I kind of do this connecting, like how is she feeling, all the kind of bad stuff that comes up for you, like you're not worthy, or you're not loved, or you're not pretty, what do you do? Do you really deserve this? Again, with like the emotion part that we talked earlier about purging and pulling them out and throwing it into the universe, you do the same activities. And then you can imagine that your inner light is just shining into now this space and shining goodness and light where there used to be darkness. Okay? Yes, by the way, I got rid of all menstrual cramps. I made sure I had to say that because that is incredible for me. This activity will amp up your intuition like nobody else, nothing else, and you will take inspired and aligned action. And that was the biggest part for me. Once I started getting this down, that's when things really started happening. People started messaging me, wanting to work with me, and that is when I tapped into myself, my divine feminine, and got my 9K payday. Okay. Busting limiting beliefs. This was so huge. I've been doing this all along, but once I started connecting to the womb, more limiting beliefs started to come up. Deep-rooted shit in my childhood. So, I have a framework for dealing with limiting beliefs. If you need that, just reach out to me. But so I busted these limiting beliefs and always take an empowering view for myself. Once I did this, once I actually looked at these head on and said, no more, you don't serve me, purge them, purge the feelings that came with them, I started getting nudges from the universe, and this was weird for me. Okay, because I've never been like this. So I avoid numbers at all costs. Those of you who know me and are getting this video know, Nisha and numbers, no, don't mix. So I go get gas, and I see 3636 on the receipt. And I, again, never notice numbers, never ever. For some reason, I noticed it this time. I was like, what does that mean? These people talk about numerology all the time. I'm curious what that means, if there's a meaning to that. And it came up, the meaning was you have a scarcity block, surrender some more. I looked it up on the internet and asked some people to, make sure the internet's right. So then I surrender some more, surrender all my fears all along. And if you've ever read The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein, you know that she says, once you've surrendered, surrender more and more and more and more. And it can't be truer about getting you to what you want. Just keep surrendering, having the faith. And so then once I kind of got some momentum from this, I was like, you know what? The universe wants you to celebrate. That is part of keeping yourself high vibe. So I went out and celebrate. And then when things came to me, because I'm celebrating because the universe is talking to me with 3636, this is really cool. So I was like, yes, thank you. And more, please. Keep guiding me. I gave gratitude for what I had. Yeah, I had negative $600 in my bank account, but I had so much friggin' gratitude. I have a roof over my head. I still have a practice, I have a yoga practice, health coaching practice. Aligned Pretzel Yoga is my baby. I've got an amazing partner. I've never not been fed, etc. Right? I've got all this courage to follow my dreams, etc. You get it. It's gratitude for little things. The next morning, I went to bed surrender, gratitude. Go to bed. The next morning, again, remember, not a number person. This is common. A lot of people find this. I just happened to look at the phone, and 1111 popped out at me. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? 1111 is an abundance number and a message from the universe. You're on the right path. Keep going. And also, wake up. Pay attention. Stuff is shifting. Stuff is happening. It's like, okay. It's weird that I noticed the number because I could literally look at the time right now, 12:16. And by the time I get to the end of this, I won't remember. By the time it's 12:17, I won't remember actually what time it was. You could ask me again. I'd be like, yeah, 12:16. I don't remember numbers, so it's weird that number popped out at me. Okay. Then the self-care had to amp up, okay? Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't have that energetic alignment, and you can't energetically be able to show up for what you want and manifest what you want if you're just so solemn and drawing inward and sad and not taking care of yourself. Because why would the universe gift you things if you're like, yeah, I don't even care about this body that you've given me to live in for a lifetime, right? Okay. What we focus on expands. Yes. So if I'm focusing on I don't have enough money, guess what expands? Not having enough money. And your thoughts make your reality. So that's part of becoming the energetic alignment for what you want, that vibration of what you want, or what you want to obtain. Then I surrendered and purged my feelings a little bit more. You can't do enough of this. I feel like I got up every morning and I just whatever was coming up for me was self-worth, self-love, scarcity, just being good enough, just purged it. Get rid of it. And amazing how light you will feel. Amazing. I had so much anxiety one night. I didn't understand what was happening. I almost had this feeling there's an energetic shift happening. I was so anxious, and I was sitting here in my yoga room just rapidly crying, but it was I wasn't in control of my body or the fact that I was crying, and I had no idea why I was. And I just purged and surrendered more and just guide me. I don't understand what's happening. I feel like I'm not in control of my body right now. It's really strange. And eventually I go to bed. And then the next day, guess what happened? I woke up and I felt in flow. If you've ever experienced this, you know what an amazing feeling it feels. It feels like you're just on fire, like everything's working out for you. You have no concerns whatsoever. Right? You can just feel that alignment. It feels so amazing. That same day, last week, I got a call saying, yeah, okay, you've got $9,000 waiting for you when you get to come pick it up. No joke. 91 actually. But anyway, what's $100? So that is how I came from -600 to having $9,000 in my bank account in under 2 weeks. These are the steps that I implemented. I want to share this with you guys because I see your struggles. I understand. I obviously have been there. But again, this was not in my personal life, so you can do this too. This is totally possible. This is not out of your reach in any means, in any realm, right? You can do this. Follow the steps. It works. It obviously works. Because after this, I started manifesting dream clients, right? And it's just this momentum that keeps going, and I keep giving. Right? For example, for us celebrating, my partner and I went out for a big lunch, over a $50 lunch. And the old me would be tipping as little as possible while not feeling bad about myself because I knew I wouldn't have the money, or I'd feel bad about letting it go. But this time, I tipped as much as I could without being super outrageous, to show the universe, yeah, I know I have this money. I know more is coming to me too. And I'm not afraid to share it. And I'm not going to hang on to this wealth. This is going to light up the world. And me doing the work that I do is going to light up the world. And that's what I'm here for. And yep. And it felt so freaking good to spread more good. It's this amazing feeling. So if you're ready to manifest the shit out of your life, yeah, manifest the shit out of your life and attain the life you really want, become next level, whether this is a job, a house, more money, a better career, you want to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is, you're ready to become next level, become you 2.0, reach out to me. Reply to this email and we'll hop on a call. I'll be happy to help you figure out how you're going to up-level your life in the areas that you want to and how to implement these into your life and make things happen fast. Yeah. Are you ready to manifest the shit out of your life? I'm ready to help you.